Thank you so much for joining me. This is my usability video to show how you can do user acceptance testing for an online instructional course that is being developed or that you have developed, and you want to actually do sometimes you may have to do some performance testing or load testing, and then user acceptance kind of testing, where you get different stakeholders to actually test, and you can get volume of people to test. That's load testing, and then performance testing to ensure that in terms of the speed of execution of each of the tabs, you're able to achieve efficient speed that would help learners to love the platform and appreciate the platform, and especially be able to navigate around easily. I would be sharing my screen to go into the discussion, and classically, the user acceptance testing at Valdemar's College goes through what we call a combined performance, load testing, and usability testing kind of thing, where we get multiple student representatives, representation from the admin sector, from different HODs and teachers to do the testing at the same time. So we have the ICT room, and then we also log in online, and then the link is shared with other stakeholders across the world. Like, I'm in the United States, but I also perform user testing occasionally for some of the courses that we do. So with that, we use LearnDash, which is the learning management tool that we integrate with our Google Classroom to drive collaboration. So the school IT team also joins the user acceptance testing, and the objectives are very simple. We evaluate how easily stakeholders or peer navigate the tool. So I can give an example with this, how easily you're able to get registered and get to this landing or introduction page, how you're able to understand what the course overview, course learning, and then how easy it is for you to come to this course, maybe, or expand it here, and then be able to navigate your way through, especially to finish the course and then get to the quiz. All these navigations are what we encourage everyone to do. So assess ability to locate and engage in short activity, like I just showed. Identify any potential obstacles that hinder smooth learning experience on the platform. Let's say I clicked this tab and it's not responding on time. All these things are things that would have to deal with. Like when I was working with the IT team for this, one of the tabs was failing to load. And because it was failing to load, I had to make reference back. That was my own, when I was doing my own user acceptance testing. The start quiz button wasn't responding immediately. So all these are what we test. But most importantly for us, and then with my learning on the EDLD program now, I know it's to create a significant learning environment that fosters deeper engagement, empowers learner, and ultimately leads to a more successful learning experience. Hence the reason why we have decided to integrate ours with the Google Classroom, so that this fosters collaborative learning and then interaction between teachers and learners in a dynamic format. So I can drop my issue, whatever issues I'm having from the platform, I can drop it here, and then it will be addressed almost immediately. So target participants, of course, I said school administrators, HODs of different department also does the testing, because we need volume of people, and then so that we can gather some data. Student representatives, ICT team representatives, and this time I had to engage one of my colleagues on the EDLD program for the user acceptance testing, and I got I got people who were able to spend about 20 to 30 minutes time frame to be able to provide good feedback. And I know recruiting can be difficult for some other people, but I found recruiting easy at Valdemar's, because I have a couple of ex-students and current students on ground at the school, and then we're able to leverage Zoom platform. But I also discovered that you can use usertesting.com if you are having difficulty getting potential users. Now, the platform, what are the impact that the user acceptance testing had on the activity? Of course, we all had to review the navigation of the course. Then we encourage everyone to verbalize their thoughts and feelings, and then observe their ability to locate key information, especially maybe locate the quiz, which is crucial to students. They want to quickly take the quiz as much as possible after they are sure they have gone through the videos. and then they're gone through the video. Then students also want to know where the extra materials are, and how they can easily get access to those material, and if how it can be linked with their Google Classroom so that they can be they are able to interact immediately. So that link, that synchrony sync with the Google Classroom is also very crucial to students. And so so those are some of the impacts that I found useful. Then of course ability to locate key information and understand the course objective, which I had shown earlier. Now, engaging in short activity. Of course, they were able to go through the first module and second module. Participants did a lot of completing. Some of them took the quiz, and then we checked the process of quiz completion. The scores were extracted easily, and then the student representatives are allowed to register for the course to test it in the training environment efficiently. So at the end, we also asked them to describe their experiences and any difficulties that they encountered. So one of the crucial lessons we learned is that multiple stakeholders give different perspective and feedback based on their background and experience from the past. And then engaging students and giving them more voice during the feedback is crucial. This is one of the things I'm finding out, especially when we allow the teachers and the student to test at the same time. This has given a balanced view of when the student gives some explanation, the teacher is able to give an explanation of the understanding why they need to do something. And then another thing I found very crucial is the presence of the ICT team during the usability testing for the student, because they're able to tell us the platform and architectural limitations of the learning management system we're using, and why whatever suggestions we think we may have may not be workable on the current LMS, except maybe we go for maybe a superior version or maybe another form of a learning management system. Now, the reporting method that I also gathered is it's good for us to allow them think aloud during and verbalize their thought. Whatever comes to their mind, they should say it. Alternatively, they could have used the screen recording software like Camtasia, but it was not needed because we're all on the Zoom platform together while the whole testing was going on. All the systems at Valdemar's College and my own, I joined online in Zoom on the Valdemar's Intelligence Zoom platform, and we're able to learn together. Alternatively, I also know that people can do post-test questionnaire, which is also a great way. So what are the benefits of the combined approach? One thing I noticed that helps is that the combined approach, like doing the UAT together, helps everybody to see any facial expression, body language, any key moments of frustration or hesitation by the platform. We're able to see, and we're able to tell the person, share your screen, and then we discuss the easy flow at once. So it helps identify areas that might be confusing, and it helps our L&D team to be able to come up with what we call QRGs, quick reference guides, that would help the student. So in creating a significant learning environment, I know that my goal is to ensure that the learning activities, learning assessment, and learning outcomes are properly guided, and the goal is to drive improvement, right? So because of that, I noticed that this user testing has also helped with outcome-based learning approach, because it helps us to understand all the adaptations that are necessary to achieve either project-based learning, all forms of different real-world forms of learning that we want to do. So for some, we have to get more plugin for the platform, and in some, we have to get collaboration platform, like having to integrate the Google Classroom with this LMS, the Learn Dash management system. It also helps with competence-based learning, because now students can take multiple quizzes, they can go over and over and then evaluate. Other value is that it helps students to voice and express their concern. They have choice and ownership. And of course, because the course we're taking actually has real-world application, whatever they do, they're able to share it on the collaboration platform, and we're able to see it even during the user testing. Most importantly, how do I hope to address the infrastructure, system, and support needs of my learner? One thing we have done is, even beyond the usability testing method, we have gained valuable feedback on how to align our blended course prototype. That's significant. And then the second part is we already thinking ahead of deeper engagement with the student during the online class or the real-time class on site. And then on this side, it also helps us to plan ahead how to adapt our teaching methodology for courses that may have some maybe difficulty in delivering the lecture. One other great thing that I noticed is that now the ICT team knows maybe any hardware support or internet access support that they need to put in place to ensure that students who don't have regular access to all these things would have regular access. So we already know the bandwidth, the quality of gadget. So there are some Android phones that whose capacity are not able to launch the course or run the course effectively. So this usability testing has given us updated knowledge of that. So we can easily tell students that this is the minimum version of Android and iOS that can actually run the course. So thank you so much. These are all I've gathered for the usability testing. Bye.